Welcome back, everybody, to another fun episode of Three Dudes Podcast. We are in episode 21. I am one of your hosts, Broden Wunderlich. To my right, Liam Owens, and to his right, Easton Bennett.
Good to be with you guys here today. How are you boys doing?
Phenomenal.
Pretty good week. Yeah.
Got my Vikings jersey back on. They always leave it down to that last minute. Beat the Jets today, so I'm gonna keep the streak going. If they win, I'm wearing it on the show.
It's always an interesting last 2 minutes of the game.
And they're up,
minus the Cowboys game, but
they're up huge. They're up 20-3, and then I'm like, oh, I can just probably go do some errands. Next thing you know, they win 27-22 every time.
Speaking of that, remember that story that I had for you guys?
Yep.
So I was in the grocery store this morning. So let me preface this. If you
Preface? God, we're losing Mike again.
I apologize. Preface. If you're friends with me,
we're back.
Or you've been watching quite long enough, then you know that I know nothing of sports.
Yeah.
So I was in the grocery store this morning, and nice old man stocking the shelves sees me in there. I'm wearing my PJs. I'm wearing a beanie, my crew neck, and my moose pajama pants.
Clothes like you beat him off a bum.
Yeah. And he goes,
"You did who?"
He goes, "You getting ready for the Vikings game today?" I go, "Oh yeah." he goes, "Oh, what did he say?" He's like, I don't know if they're going to pull it off with the Jets. I heard they got a tough defense. And I said, well, I think Cousins has never failed us, and I got faith. And he goes, I like your attitude. And I go, I'm not watching this game at all.
I've never seen a Vikings game.
I don't even know who Kirk Cousins is.
Yeah.
The only person I know on the team.
Kirk Thuggins, baby.
And
Kirk Thuggins.
And so I go to check out, and he walks past me again, and we lock eyes, and he goes, go Vikings. And I'm like, go Vikes. They're going to do it. And he goes, I know, I'm just getting off just in time to catch the game. And I go, there you go, buddy.
God, I hope you see him tomorrow. He's like, how about that game yesterday?
I'm not going to that store ever again.
You got to keep going until you meet this guy.
Your whole life is a lie now.
Yeah, I've spent the last 8 hours on Google now looking to everything of the Vikings history.
Turns out he listens to the show. And he's like, that
avid listener. I can't believe he lied to me.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
But hey, that's all right. Couple things to touch on. Spotify Wrapped. We had our Spotify Wrapped, whatever the notification. They sent it to us. It says we're in the top 20% of podcasts. And it says something about our listeners being the enthusiast, I think they called it. And they said, when people listen to the show, they really like it. So we really appreciate you guys listening to the show. Just wanted to send a thank you to you guys that have listened to every episode, or, maybe you're just trying to catch up.
Or maybe you only listen to one.
Yeah.
But thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much. But, more thanks to the devoted listeners.
Yeah.
Merch. We're going to talk about merch at the end of the show. If you want to just skip to the end, feel free. But we're going to be talking about some merch. We have some designs, some mock-ups we're going to throw up on screen. Or should we talk about it now? Should we wait till the end?
If you skip to the end, why?
It's fair.
Don't do that.
They're like, I've just been waiting for the merch. I don't even listen to the show.
Yeah.
Let's just do it right now.
Why not?
Screw it. Yeah, so we got some merch. We got a few designs. Well, it's just really one design, and then we're gonna start doing more of we have a smorgasbord design. We're gonna do one with the liquor shelf. So there's gonna be more coming out, but these designs here on screen, you can't see them live, but we're gonna put them up on screen. And if you're listening to the show, go over to YouTube or whatever, and you'll see the designs. But these will be available for you guys to purchase soon. We have to have a meeting of some sort on how we want to do it. We're also going to, not this episode, but future episodes, we might do some giveaways for some merch. So stay tuned for that if you want to get a free sweatshirt, hat, shirt, whatever it might be. So stay tuned for that and how to do it. Yeah, we're struggling over there. That's mic.
Crazy.
We're going to get through it, bro. And we're going to get through this episode with that broken microphone.
This mic or it's that mic. I don't know.
Never mind.
No.
You want to know why?
That works.
You want to know why?
Because you set it up like that.
Well, this mic is plugged directly into the soundboard where those have a couple daisy chain connections.
It's right here.
But you have that thing going up on the ceiling all the way across.
Don't tell him how we do it.
Don't
behind the scenes.
Yeah, don't spread the information that doesn't matter. Yeah, his goes up
this
the wall.
This is the first for me. Yeah. Now that I see it tagging all the way
yours is under the couch, under our cushions.
Yeah.
Both
of us?
Yours goes down this one, under this cushion, under my cushion, through the carpet and up.
Oh, no shit. I thought it came because it plugs in right here. So I thought it came up this and then funneled
That's your microphone. That does funnel out the back. Or that's your headphones.
Yeah, your headphones and your microphone
is under the couch.
Are two different things.
That makes more.
Yep.
All right.
But yeah, let's get back on topic a little bit here. Spotify Wrap, thank you guys for listening. And merch. Hopefully you guys like the merch. If you have any merch ideas that you want us to be like, hey, this design would be cool, or you guys say this saying a lot, comment or send us a message or whatever, and we'll try to do that.
That's not a bad idea. Let's have a merch design.
A merch off.
Like a contest.
Yeah. And then the winner.
We'll pick one.
Winner gets their own design.
The winner
gets their own design and a free t-shirt.
It will be coined, and then we will put that design on a shirt, sticker, hat, whatever, and they get it.
Yeah. We'll call it the blank. You get to pick the name of it. If you want it to be the Eric, if your name's Eric and you want to call it the Eric, then awesome. But if you want to call it the Swedish meatball, then so be it. Whatever you want to call it, it can be that.
The Viking stick.
But yeah, let's get into. Actually, we're going to throw it over to Nathan. Nathan, before we get into the comments, Nathan's got a cheat code on how to win at the E-tabs at the bar. And I watched this with my own 2 eyes. We're going to throw it over to Nathan. You can't see him, but the voice from the sky. Let's hear it, Nathan.
All right. So what I have seen is everybody on those E-tabs, they'll throw in like $5, $10, 15, 20s, and it'll burn it all. Or like sometimes they'll win a little bit and they'll just end up burning it all. But what I've noticed is when you put $50 or $100 bill in there, there's at least one like point in time where you're up above $50 or $100.
Up above your original buy-in.
As soon as that happens, if it's like $4, cash out.
$4?
Yeah, if you like put in 100 and then you go down and you go up to like $104, you pull it out.
Okay.
And then you put in another 100.
And then you go to a different. I saw him do this 5 times. He would walk up to a machine, put in a $100 bill, play it, maybe get down to $78. Boom, he'd hit it and it'd get up to like $124. He'd just cash out. Put $100 in another machine, play it down to like $85. Boom, it'd hit it, go up to $104, cash out. It always got above $100 every time. It was the weirdest thing.
4 out of 5 times it got over $100.
And he just had like 5 tickets of like
I'm gonna quit my job.
Change.
I'm gonna quit.
So there's
my
a cheat code. Maybe we shouldn't be saying this on the podcast because now everyone's gonna do it. They're gonna change the algorithm. Yeah,
that's all it is.
So that's just for our Patreon audience.
Right. Yeah, the one that we don't have.
Yep, it's coming soon. Maybe it's really not.
No,
not relatively.
It would
soon.
be hilarious to have an actual Patreon to where
we could
just rip off because there's obviously things that we leave out.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Well, things that we don't say that we could. Because there's times where there's a joke where I was like, I could say that joke, but I'm not going to
that another mile.
Yeah.
And it would have been horrible.
There's been a few times where you guys have said jokes that I went,
Yep.
I wish he did.
Sometimes we walk that line. Episode. Yeah. So maybe like after 50, 100 episodes, we'll start doing 2 a week and one's a Patreon episode. Who knows? We'll get into something, but those are the meetings that we have to have that we haven't had.
We keep saying we're going to have them.
We'll have
them. At some point, I work
after the football season, I think.
That's tough.
After the football.
You got football and hockey. I work.
I work.
Broden's never in town.
Broden, he works. Live somewhere else.
During the week, yeah.
All right, let's get into some of the comments. We got quite a few comments because we had, not to pat ourselves on the back, but we did have a TikTok hit 1 million views. And, not a big deal, really.
Oh! A million.
Yep, 1 million.
Not bad.
1 million. You think about that, 1 million people seeing your clip. That's a lot of people.
1 million people.
We don't even have that much that live in this state.
No.
That's crazy.
But I mean, maybe you say it's like, let's say it's 750,000 because some people just let it run while they're reading comments or whatever it might be. But we're just, actually, no, let's say a million. Million's fun.
Hey, yeah.
Million people.
1 million people.
That have seen our ugly mugs.
And climbing.
Yeah.
Thank you to those 1 million people.
But yeah, let's get into some comments, couple from that video and some more. We had a few YouTube comments, a couple messages. So we're getting a lot more engagement on the Cowboys
messages
episode.
On what?
Facebook. We'll get into that one. Yep. Bridger Urban, YouTube comment says, could Liam teach me to hunt? Sounds like a great time.
I'd love to. I don't know how because Bridger hunts more than I do, I think. Bridger is actually, I'm going to butcher this, sponsored, or he's a rep for Toxic Calls. So if anyone goose hunts listens to this, or duck, or they also make turkey calls. I recently bought a turkey call from him a couple years ago. Toxic Calls, give him a little bit of business. But Bridger also just shot a nice deer. Congratulations on that too. So
I think I saw a picture of it on the 3 Dudes page. I'm going to give a shout out to Legend Calls, someone I know.
I was going to check that out because that was recently after our hunting podcast, and you had just said that you
just interviewed it.
You've never even shot a gun. So I was like, I wonder what they talked about.
Yeah, so Legend Calls is someone I know, and they make like deer and goose and duck calls and turkey calls and stuff. But It's pretty cool. Yeah, check them both out. You know, if you're a hunter, you can
Toxic calls,
you can get
legend
more.
calls, Bridger. I'll see you this spring. We're gonna go try and shoot some turkeys.
There you go. Carolyn Winger says, if there's one thing I've learned from watching this podcast, it is that Easton is scared of everything. He kind of, yeah, it's kind of to be in a reoccurring theme that it's not that I'm scared. It's just that I dislike a lot, I think.
Yeah, a mild phobia or no? Was that too far?
No, because after doing some research on phobias, I realized that they're not like, you kind of have to be like sweating a lot to have them.
Like
it's more than what you think.
Yeah, it's like where I'm just like, God, I don't. It's just it's little things that's like, I don't love that.
It's just an ache.
It's like when we were in Dallas and we got up to the top of that tower and Shimkey was sweating bullets.
Yeah, it's like
that's a phobia. Yeah.
Whereas me, it's like animals running at me. Am I really that scared of it? No, but when they do, it kind of puts my guard up a little. You know,
makes you think, even if it's just a rabbit.
Digging things up in my backyard, like buried items. Don't love them. Don't really know what's coming.
What about treasure?
If it is treasure, I'd say majority of the time it's not.
What if it's a bunch of doubloons? You have no idea.
What are doubloons?
What are doubloons? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're gold coins. What do you mean? Doubloons?
Oh, that's common knowledge.
Yeah, doubloons. Everyone knows what doubloons
Yeah.
are. No,
a box of schmeckles.
Yeah, exactly. Good. That's hand in hand. They
just uncovered a case of Prussian francs in my backyard.
Prussian franc. Is it a hot dog or no?
No, that's a currency that is no longer in use. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure doubloons are like pirate money.
Pretty sure doubloons is something you inflate and it goes up in the air.
No, water doubloons are things you throw at people in the front yard.
Water doubloons.
Yeah. Yeah, but no. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of scared of some things, but it's not really scared. It's just it's a facade.
Uneasy.
It's a facade I put up, really. I'm manly, man.
You ain't sell it, dude. You can sell that
I'm a
water
manly
to
man.
a sailboat.
Yeah.
You do have a hole in your wall upstairs, so I believe that.
Yeah, I did it with my own foot. Wesley Jansen. How do you get a nickname? Just got to be a badass. That's it. Viva la Pipes.
Viva la Pipes. Wesley Jansen, dog.
That is
His nickname is Wesley Pipes.
a fantastic way to get a nickname. Just be a badass. You'll get one.
He earned his for sure.
This one is directed towards you, Broden. Lee Pinto says Roosevelt was the only president not elected 3 times, but 4. He died shortly after Inauguration Day, paving the way for Harry Truman to make the decision to drop the bomb. So I think you said he was elected 3 times. He was actually elected 4.
Well, he served 3 terms. I think, we got where that water was going under that bridge. So
Yeah, the bridge was there. The water was there. The boat was ashore.
Mm-hmm.
Not going down the river.
Yeah. Thanks, Lee.
Pat Arnson. Here's our message.
Pat.
We got a message on Facebook, and he says John Wayne was as Hollywood as the Kardashians. So he's giving you some John Wayne slander. I know you like the John Wayne, bro.
Yeah, I never said he was a real life badass,
He's
but I
just
did say his movies kicked ass.
It's fair. Yeah, but so he wasn't really that cool.
Anybody who does a movie is Hollywood like that.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Better than Clint Eastwood's movies?
Bro, unplug that mic from there and then plug it back in. Blow on it like a Nintendo 64. There you go.
Go ahead.
Wait, blow it up or blow it on it?
Maybe try not to use your teeth so much.
It itches.
Okay, give me a talk.
Yeah.
You're a little.
Here we go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
I just can't touch it.
Well,
But it's like it runs into me, So
even
even
now
when
now it sounds like you got water in the back of your throat. We'll take a quick pause and we'll fix this. Okay, we had a slight hiccup there. We had to fix Broden's mic, but hopefully we're back on track here. But yeah, John Wayne, definitely Hollywood. T. Mitchell Quigney. You guys know T?
T. Mitchell Whitney?
Quigney. His mom used to be a librarian at Bel Air. Anyways, his first name is T, the letter. Honestly, I'd do it for $10,000. This is when we talked about if you were in the middle of a field and you had to walk from lost the headphones, Broden.
Point A to point B. Yeah.
there we go.
There we go. Okay.
All
right. Don't touch shit.
So
But yeah.
10,000 to walk from
So
point A to point B in a straight line. Well, that's what the video was about.
And it's probably about 30 miles.
Oh, you're talking about
30
from
miles.
Rice Lake?
Well,
to,
Rice Lake to Minot, it's what?
I'm
I don't
not sure.
know. I don't
It's
drive
I know
out
it's
there.
like a
It's probably 25, 30 miles.
I don't know. It's like at least a 10-minute drive, 15-minute.
So you got to
drive.
walk in a straight
highway.
line from Minot to Rice Lake in the dark. And he said he'd do it for $10,000. Ryan Brothen also said, I can't remember what his number was, 100K, I think.
It was higher than
It was
10,000.
high.
And then Liam said he'd do it for $100, which
I didn't know it was that far.
it is far.
Okay, no, never mind then.
So what's your number then?
You couldn't pay me $100 to walk just 30 miles in the daytime on a walking path.
Everyone's like, you can pay me $100 to walk home right now.
Yeah.
I'd say 5.
5K?
$5 grand.
Yeah. If I looked at a stack of $5,000 and then you told me all I had to do was walk from Rice to Minot in a straight line, I'd say,
Yeah.
let me get my Brooks
Yeah.
on, my walking shoes, and I'll see you in.
What if you had to do it
Day and a
barefoot
half.
and you had to be like trench foot, like the old
Wouldn't care
World War
either way.
II people?
$5 is $5. Especially like you said, if you see that shit in cash,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more enticing.
I don't
So I'd maybe do it
know.
for.
Well, barefoot. That's
I always say that, like I say that
but-
sitting in a basement with it's still light out. I can see light through the window up there. That's when I say $5,000. Okay. But when I was sitting out there in the dark, no lights anywhere, sitting in a Ranger, and then the question was offered to me, I was like,
I'm good.
5K maybe is a little low. It's a little light.
I mean, well, then you talk about being in a straight line, and then you're barefoot, so you don't know what you're going to come across. Then you got to be in a straight line.
A slough
Exactly.
doesn't sound great. I
No.
got to swim.
I mean, a slough, yeah, that's fine if I'm barefoot because my feet are off the ground. I'm swimming then. But I mean, what if
stepping on pricklies.
what
and
if
stuff?
I'm what if I'm going over some foliage? I mean,
foliage?
no, thank you.
God damn.
Barbed wire.
All right.
I mean,
I don't think saying it
I
any
know.
louder is going to make your mic work.
We need to do a thing.
If anyone listening to this podcast wants to donate a little bit of money for us
Yeah.
to have some better equipment,
do you have another mic in there?
No, I have another cable that I could get. Do we want to take a 5-minute break and get it? 2-minute break.
Do you want to? That's a lot of editing.
Next fuck up. We'll switch. Okay.
I'm not going to touch it.
Bro, just don't talk this episode.
How would
Would
you
be good.
shut up?
You just do like sign language. You're like the people at concerts that stand next to stage. What
Are you
was
guys
that?
trying to like kick me off this podcast?
It might
Trust
be
me.
just us.
Nathan's over there just flicking the volume bean on your mic. He's
Yeah.
just like on, off, on,
We
off.
started our own podcast without you.
Two dudes.
Make you feel that I can do this with my mic, huh? Nerd.
All right. Jada Bennett. Did he lose it again? Okay, we're getting it.
All right.
I don't know. We just fixed the microphone. Sorry if this is choppy and it's weird and cut up, but we're back. Let's finish these comments and get into this week's episode. Jada Bennett was not expecting Liam in that getup, your cowboy getup. That was a good look.
Thank you.
How about his poker shirt today, though? There's a little hint at what the episode's about.
I dressed apparently for the occasion 2 weeks in a row. I don't know how.
It's going to start being your thing.
Feeling lucky. It might be. I don't know. On this arm,
There's a woman.
Lady Luck's.
Is that a nipple?
Lady luck.
It's not entirely a PG-13 shirt.
No.
And then on the back here, I'm going to go up and flex it real quick.
Well, it's not a PG-13 podcast either, so
What is it?
don't knock your drink over. Okay.
Daytona Beach, right?
Daytona Beach, yep.
Right? He has to ask. 2002.
can't see the back.
You can't talk if you're not talking to the mic. I'm sorry. People can't hear you.
That's not true. I bet they heard.
Yeah, but it's just they can't hear
Anyways.
you well. War of Wisdom says our boy.
Oh no, not this guy.
War of Wisdom. We got into a heated argument on TikTok, and this guy was just absolutely slandering us. And I don't understand what his problem was or if he's okay or anything. But sometimes we have some haters.
So pissed that I said that about a shot of whiskey.
Yeah, just so
And that
upset.
It was kind of true, but kind of not.
Yeah, which you guys, that's why we're the rumor boys. We just make just make stuff up, and it just
Who cares?
There was some basis
said
to
it.
my statement, though.
the no research podcast. There's like 20 answers on Google of where the origin of a shot came from. So
And that's the thing is that there's a fraction of comments that disagree with you, and then the other half that say, "Yeah, this is true." So
Yeah.
nobody knows. So we're
He
gonna
sa-
just post it.
yeah, he said would have taken 30 seconds to Google this story and see that it's made up.
can't.
It's not made up. I mean, it's an old folks' tale. Is it true? Is it not? None of us were there, so whatever.
Maybe I was in my past life.
There you go.
I mean, I dressed the part anyway.
You did. Every good fact starts with I forget, like in the 1800s or whenever it started becoming popular. Neil Miller, MD, says that.
And
We're
that
not
guy-
saying we're words. We're not saying we're wordsmiths.
Is
Here.
that guy's
Dr.
profile
Neil
picture
Miller.
his diploma?
It might be. Yeah, he is a doctor.
I can't imagine putting that in my username.
MD.
When I turn out for my apprenticeship, it's going to be Broden Wonderlick journeyman of HVAC.
JW.
HVAC journeyman. Mick 1992 says, I don't care what the answer is. Sounds like a cool icebreaker to use at a bar from meeting a chick. You know what, Nick? Is that his name?
That's a
Mick.
great comment.
You know what, Mick? I hope it works for you.
Yeah.
I hope you use that at the bar and you get some chicks.
Let us know if it works out too.
Yeah.
Let her rip. And while you're at it, when she asks, say, yeah, I actually just heard that off the Three Dudes podcast. You should check them out.
Yeah, just
Plug
give
us.
Slight
Because,
plug. Hey,
yeah, we help you scratch our backs. We scratch yours.
the funny thing about my back is
Where is it located, Benny?
it's located on my All right. Black Widow 791 says, love random facts. Like your foot fits between your wrist and elbow, which I read this. I was like, no shit, does it? And I don't know if she was pulling my chain
I'm not doing it.
or he was pulling my chain.
Is that how big your foot is?
So I'm kind of
seems
thinking
reasonable.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it's true.
What do you got, Nathan? Can you?
He's our tester over
How's it
there.
looking?
It looks pretty fitting.
I don't even know if I could get my foot up that far or my elbow down that low.
I think that goes right along with if your hand is as big as your face, then you're more susceptible to get cancer.
Yeah, you should try it.
Nope. I was waiting for you to do it so then I could.
The old foot in the face. But yeah, that's all the comments we got. Thank you guys for leaving comments. Really appreciate it. It helps us with the beginning of the show. But yeah, we kind of got a little carried away that show. Plus, the beginning of this episode has been an absolute nightmare. Let's get into this week's episode. Poker. We talked about doing poker last week, and we're going to go through with it. I think that's the first time we've actually went through with a, hey, let's talk about this one time.
Yeah. Especially since we always say, we might do a part 2 on this episode.
Yeah. But I kind of forced the envelope here because I wanted to do poker. I know a lot about poker, and I thought it would be fun. And after doing all this research, it is going to be fun.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Then. All right. Well, what are we waiting for?
So do you guys play poker at all?
Oh yeah, I dabble.
Okay.
I'm not
Dabble.
avid like you
there
are.
it is.
Couple dabblers.
I like it. I've played a little poker back in my day. Nothing too crazy. Not really even at a table, but when you're amongst friends, you sit around, you play a little poker.
A kitchen table.
What
Yeah.
poker you guys talking? So what are you playing?
Texas.
Any kind. There's a
Hold'em?
few different kinds.
Well, we use Texas hands. Whenever we're like me and you, we have an old coworker from Menards. We'd go over to his place and play for quarters.
Yep.
And we would use Texas Hold'em hands, and then play different games.
like 7-card no peek, 5-card draw,
Yeah.
regular Texas Hold'em.
So just poker hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then we're gonna get into some of the types of poker, like different games you can play. But I think the most common one is Texas Hold'em, no limit Texas Hold'em. So the history of poker. Let's kind of get into the history of poker a little bit. Obviously, this dates back to a bunch of the Chinese people way back when they were doing stuff. But I didn't really want to talk about that, so I just skipped forward.
They
To like,
invented a lot of shit over there.
well, yeah, I think they were here first.
Here?
No, just here on the sphere we're we're chilling on. They weren't obviously, but
We're gonna need
I feel like
someone that knows more about that than us.
yeah,
Confirm.
No, we
that.
don't.
a historian. No, yeah, no, we
Actually,
don't.
no, we don't. Yeah,
No, we
Actually,
don't.
I'm going to go on record right now and say the Chinese were the first people to ever roam the earth.
Yeah. The first breath was taken by
And
a
you know what?
Chinese person.
And we can confirm that because we did our research.
Yeah. Yeah. Take that World War wisdom.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Prove us wrong? Idiot.
Yeah. Would have taken a simple Google search.
Yeah.
But no, so we're going to talk about poker has been around since 1829, started in New Orleans by French settlers. The game involved bluffing your way to win or bets originally called pokes, which was similar to today's draw poker.
Like Facebook. When you
Yeah,
can poke
kinda.
people,
When you had a crush on a girl,
you get in a poke war.
you need poker.
Going
Yeah.
back and
It's like,
forth.
oh, she likes me. She poked me on Facebook.
She wants me so bad.
What a weird time we used to live in.
Dude.
Oh, I went into such a wormhole the other day. This is
Just started poking a bunch of people?
No, yeah, I was like,
You mean a
what? I
rabbit hole?
forgot about all these pokes.
You in a rabbit hole?
Don't worms go in holes? Ah,
No.
yeah, I got you there.
No.
Anyway,
Don't.
really?
Worms don't go in holes. They're just there.
Okay. I was going through because you always get the spam message requests, and you're like, this is dumb. And then I went through all my old Facebook messages from like years ago,
Ugh.
middle school, early high school.
Oh.
So weird.
I'd never-
so,
like 10 years
so
ago.
cringy, yeah,
Yeah.
but so funny. Because just like reading them and just laughing at myself of like,
that's-
why would I say that?
I've looked at some old like messages
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and like the way I used to type,
yeah,
like shortening words and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's like, oh my goodness.
That reminds me, I need to go on Facebook and delete all of my old messages so no one ever sees
no,
them.
look, I keep them there. I keep them there to like all my old Instagram posts. I leave them there. It keeps me humble.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever deleted
those are my roots, man. That's where I came from.
I get it.
I was a weird
my
kid.
following of
You never
hundreds
know.
of people on
Liam's like, I could get arrested for a lot of these, but it keeps me humble. It keeps me humble.
Yeah, keeps you grounded.
Joseph Cowell reported the game was played in 1829 with 4 players betting on the most valuable hand. By 1837, Howell, R.F. Foster noted that the game of poker, as it was played in the U.S., was 5 cards per player from a 20-card deck. So kind of like 5-card draw, or 5-card stud with 20 cards.
When did the deck become officially 52 cards?
Slightly after that. So 1837 is when they're doing this. It said the game spread like rapid fire, and shortly after, the 52-card deck we are familiar with today was introduced. So, yeah, I mean, 52 cards, if you're going with 20, that's almost playing like we used to play a game called, we do still from time to time. I can't remember what the actual name of it is called, but you take out every card that's a 9 or lower, and then you just play, 8 and lower. So then you play with 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace. And then the hands get insane.
Is it
because everyone's got a boat, everyone's got 4 of a kind. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just like regular poker, but it's just you
take out half of the cards.
Yeah, you take out half the deck, which I think it's called. God, what is it called? I wish I knew. Dan Maroney, if you listen to the podcast, comment what it is. You came up with it. You introduced it. Well, not like to the world, but to me. So the intro of Texas Hold'em. That's kind of what we're talking about. That's the main game people are familiar with. Most agree the game was birthed in its namesake, Texas, in the town of Robstown, sometime during the early 1900s. There in the Great Lone Star State, it remained virtually unnoticed for decades until this poker genre was finally launched in 1967 in Vegas. I would have thought it would have been to Vegas earlier than that.
I would never think that poker is like younger than my parents.
Yeah.
My parents are old too. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. Love
No,
you guys, but
that's all
Older
right.
parents.
in their
Older
60s.
than poker.
Yeah. My
Both of
dad
them?
was born in 1960.
Older than poker in Vegas.
Older than poker in Vegas.
That's not old, though. That's not that old,
But
though.
was Vegas before that?
Here's the thing. Well, we talked about that on the gambling episode. Vegas, the strip, or maybe it was the mob. I don't know. We've been to Vegas a lot in these episodes. But yeah, it was like the 20s, 30s when they started building out the strip.
And it was a big destination for gambling and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was a long time before that. At least a few decades.
Yeah, 40 years before they're like, hey, let's just do this poker thing. Texas Hold'em. So where are we at here? Gamers hoping to play a few hands. Pinochle.
What about Pinochle?
that game?
Yep. I've never played it.
I think
Pinocle's a little bit
Nathan is
different.
asking if that's the game that you were playing.
Nope.
Saying you couldn't remember.
Nope. So no, Pinocle's different. It's something.
Phase 10.
God, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to text him to figure it out.
Uno.
It is not
What
Uno.
game were we playing? Was it Candyland?
Was it
Chutes and Ladders? Oh, you can't. No way. You just pulled that. That's great.
Oh, it might have been Trouble though too. I love smacking that little thing on Trouble.
man,
that
dude.
middle. I used to just sit there and fucking beat it off. Like,
Jesus.
All right.
Okay, cut that.
Gamers hoping to play a few hands of this game could only do so at the infamous Golden Nugget, downtown Vegas. I don't know if you guys have been or not. Golden Nugget.
Can't
They got
say
a
I
big,
have.
huge gold nugget.
That nugget is giant.
Yeah. And they bought it. I can't remember what they bought it for. It was expensive. Known for sawdust floors and dodgy clientele, the Nugget rarely welcomed high rollers, thus limiting people's overall exposure to the game. In 1969, the Dune Casino, you know what the Dune is, what it is now? You want to take a stab? It's on the strip.
Is it the Link?
Nope, it's on the other side of the street.
Oh, no. What's over there?
The Mirage is over there, but it's not the Mirage. It's Bellagio.
Damn it! That's what the fountains,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
MGM?
Yep. MGM's way the hell
Aren't
down
they
at the other
I
end.
thought
redoing
the
the
fountains were in
MGM?
front of the MGM.
No.
No.
Aren't they redoing the MGM to like a Hard Rock? now or
No,
something?
Bally's, which used to be the old MGM, is now going to the Mirage is going to be Hard Rock.
Okay. That's
Bally's is going to be, I can't remember, Binions or something. They're bringing back Binions. Yeah,
Binions.
Minions.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. Or the Horseshoe Bar, or casino, it's called, or something. 1969, the Dune Casino announced the Texas Hold'em tournament. This one event is often hailed as the start of Hold'em's illustrious rise in popularity. The following year, Hold'em further cemented its foothold in elite poker circles. In 1970, father and son team Benny and Jack Binion rebranded the former gambling fraternity convention to the World Series of Poker.
I think you were destined to just be a degenerate gambler after hearing those last few
Yeah.
sentences.
How do I get away from it?
You
Yeah.
can't.
It's in your name. Like literally.
Yeah, right there.
Literally, I'm just stuck with it.
I'm glad though.
For those of you that don't know on the podcast, the basement where we film this show, we have coined it.
Also a
There's
casino.
literally a craps table directly behind your guys' point of view.
We call it Binions, okay? It's a spin-off of Binions. Binions is in Vegas.
There's
Binions
black
is-
market shit going on in here.
There's
No, there's not, guys. All right, WSOP, World Series of Poker.
yeah.
We're going to be talking about the main event mainly. But did you know there's 101 tournaments that go on?
Dalmatians.
There are 101 of them, too. Yeah. There are also 101. No. There's 99 problems.
Okay.
Hmm.
What's that, Liam?
You know what's not one of the problems?
Oh, I know.
A queen.
A dog.
A queen, yep. Since 1972, the main event of the World Series of Poker has been the... How much do you think it costs to buy in, Liam?
To buy into the
Buy
event.
into the tournament, the main event of the World Series of Poker.
You're talking about the one. I mean, it's televised. Everything's.
Yep.
I mean, it is the.
This is the...
like 6-8 people around the table, or whatever.
No, there's thousands of entries, but
Oh.
when you get to the final table, that's like the biggest poker tournament in the world that
So
you
you're
can
talking
win.
about the buy-in
But to
just
buy
to
into
the.
the tournament, I'd say $500,000.
I was gonna say 250,000.
No, it's $10,000 all.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's it. Oh, I'll go.
Yeah, $10,000 buy-in, but you're competing with thousands of people.
Yeah.
So if you win, it's $1 million
But
win.
can't you only just win a couple times and still come out ahead?
What do you mean win a couple times?
Like
It's not a
win-
cash game. Is that what you're
Buy
saying?
in.
It's $10,000 and they give you a starting stack.
Oh, okay.
So you get a $250,000 starting stack. So
I
it's not a
don't. I
cash
don't
game.
really watch the World Series of Poker. I don't think I ever have. So
Yeah, I mean,
Me either.
I wouldn't expect
people
him
don't
to
watch
because
it.
he doesn't even watch football. So
Yeah. Well,
no.
let alone
I can't play professional football. I could play poker on my phone.
Yes. And you can actually, if you play satellite tournaments, you can get a free buy-in to the World Series of Poker. If you win some satellite tournaments, so it's like, okay, they have a online tournament. If you win this one, you get a satellite remote buy-in to this other one. If you win that one, you get, and eventually you can work your way up to a free buy-in to the World Series of Poker.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I think that's how,
I know what I'm going to do for.
I think that's how Chris Moneymaker won. He was an amateur and won the World Series of Poker.
Really?
Chris Money is that like
That's his
Chad
nickname.
Ochocinco? But
Kinda,
it's
yeah.
Chris Moneymaker.
That's
Same diet. Same diet.
Yeah.
I,
Death taxes in.
a
He's always
friend, a
making
friend
money.
of a friend, her fiance husband. I don't know if they got married yet, but I think he's a professional poker, blackjack gambler type of deal, and he's made a
That's
lot of money.
Very
Isn't that-
vast thing. Poker and blackjack, being a professional in both of those.
Isn't
very
that how Dan Bilzerian
vast.
got his start? Didn't he win a bunch of money at poker?
Didn't he cheat, or something happened? There was some scandal.
He played poker, I think.
I
He's
thought
been in
that's-
the
yeah,
World
it was
Series.
that.
of Poker.
Fortune.
It was that. That was his
Yeah.
claim to fame. Yeah, he had.
But now he's got like companies and shit. But
Yeah, maybe he's
I mean,
angle
yeah,
shooting.
That's one of the things. Yeah, like once you're rich, if you're not an idiot and you do it right, you don't get less rich. You buy real estate.
your money makes
Yeah,
you money.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your money buys you money. Yeah, you have people that invested for you. You buy real estate, restaurants, like
Start a
things
brand.
Like, things that are huge. Especially start a brand for Dan Bilzerian.
Doesn't he have Ignite or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Unless you are Sam Bankman-Fried, owner of
No,
FTX.
that guy doesn't know where $10 billion went.
That guy is.
Said, I don't
bum.
know where it went.
Yeah.
What happened to your $10 billion?
That's
Oh, no.
good.
In the
They're
toilet.
saying that's a bigger fraud than the Bernie Madoff scandal pyramid scheme from what company was that? Exxon?
I'm not sure. Maybe I don't think it was Exxon. Can you look that up, please?
Yes, Bernie Madoff.
I don't think it was Exxon.
It was something.
I know what you're talking
But
about.
was he a gambler or what?
No, he just scammed all these
Businessman.
people and then he went
Yeah.
to jail for
Penny stock type
Like
of deal.
a snake oil kind of guy.
snake oil salesman, baby. I love
Yeah.
that term. I
It-
love
it's
calling
such
it.
a
It's
nice-
such a defeating. If you call someone a snake oil salesman, that's just like,
And it's
oof.
almost
I'll send you the song after this podcast. It's really cool, but that's pretty much what they talk about.
snake oil salesman.
Kind of.
Imagine being a guy that sells snake oil. And you're like, God damn it. We've been pigeonholed as the shitty people.
where are those people?
Yeah. But
and
I
now
suppose-
it's like canola oil where people actually
Canola,
yeah.
olive, extra virgin
Yeah,
olive
it's
oil.
avocado oil, but
Going
it
door to door.
but you just can't get past the stigma.
yeah, I get it. Nathan, you find anything?
Are you trying to figure out the company that?
Bernie Madoff. What was the whole scandal?
Oh,
We just
Mostly just the company.
No, I don't know if it was a company or what it was, but he took a bunch of people's money.
he was a chairman of the NASDAQ stock exchange, and
He was doing a bunch of money laundering, or I can't believe I don't know this. I
Like
should
this
know
guy
this.
behind me here.
Yes.
It's Jordan
Belfort. Yes.
Well, that's actually legal.
Do some more
Cap-
digging.
Yeah,
We'll see
well,
what we can find.
But he's cool.
So World Series of Poker, $10,000 buy-in. Winners of the event not only get the largest prize of the tournament and a gold bracelet, but additionally they get their picture in a place in the gallery of champions at Binion's.
Yeah.
Binion's actually used to be called the Horseshoe.
Okay.
Fun fact. So that's what they're rebranding Bally's into. 2002, Daniel Negreanu argued that the main event should switch to pot limit hold'em, believing that pot limit required a more complete set of poker skills than no limit, although he admitted that such a change would likely never be made. Pot limit versus no limit. If you know the difference there.
You lost me.
So no limit
Vaguely.
hold'em, you can bet whatever you want, whenever you want. Right?
It's in the name.
Yeah. Whereas pot limit is if there's $10 in the pot, the most I can bet is $10.
You can only call or match that.
So if after the flop, it's like, okay, there's $10 in the pot, I can only do $10. Now the person, if they want to call, they can call $10, or they can only do $20. So they can't go 10 to, okay, now I want to bet you 50. And then that person can't say
you can only call or raise by that pot amount.
whatever is in the pot. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You can go less than, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Well, less,
Like if
yeah.
there's $100, you could I'm gonna raise
I
20.
think actually, I don't know.
because it's not like the blind where it's like you have to bet that amount.
Yeah. I don't know if you have to bet just the pot, because there's different strategies that go into pot versus no limit, because I think it might be where you have to bet the pot. So then it's like, okay, well, my
Every
betting
time?
strategy is different because I can't really bet people off.
So like, let's say there's $5 in the pot and you look at your cards, you go, yep, $5. That guy has to bet $10 then, or can that?
He can call 5 or bet 10, but he can't say make it 75.
Right.
But I don't know if you're the original raiser, if the pot's $5, if I have to go 5 or can I raise $2? You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm asking.
I don't know if
I've never played pot limit.
Yeah.
I've only ever played no limit.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Pot limit sounds like a lot of work.
Pot limit. Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, so poker, it's known as a thinker's game. A lot of people think that poker's just luck, and it's really not. It's a lot of math that goes into poker.
Yeah. Like if you can count cards.
Now blackjack, all that shit.
Yeah.
Or
I,
it's-
I don't know why you keep bringing up blackjack.
Because that's the same thing. Yeah, well, because
It's not.
I've played far more blackjack than I have poker, but it's the same concept to where
I've
you
played.
still. Okay, so do you know what? What?
Let's hear him out.
Yeah.
What?
Just go.
What? Do you know what? You know what perfect hand is?
Basic strategy, I think you're trying to say.
Basic strategy, perfect hand. Yeah,
Yep.
like that deal. Where if you can memorize that, you have better odds.
Yes.
And then when you're counting cards, you're not actually counting all the cards. You're putting them into a ratio of +1, -1.
Correct.
Yes, I know what
This
that
and
is.
that. Yeah.
But
That's
you
what I'm
don't do
saying.
any of that in poker.
I don't do any of that ever because my brain can hardly think fast enough to even.
Because you're
think.
not
But
an
the people
MIT grad.
Yeah, but the people
Yeah.
that are doing that can count faster and better than you,
Yeah.
they're not doing it.
Why not?
Because in poker, so blackjack, you're counting, okay, if it's a 10 or above, it's +1. Or if it's a 6 or below, it's a -1, right? Or
Okay.
vice versa. I can't remember how it goes.
Yeah.
Whereas poker is different. If I have, after the flop, there's 3 cards, and then you have to calculate. So if I have, let's say, 15 outs, 15 cards will make my hand a winner, right? So let's say there's 2 spades on the board, 2 spades in my hand. I need another spade for a flush, right?
Yeah.
So if you have 4, there's 2 there, 2 in my hand, that's 4. There's only 13 spades in the deck. Okay, now there's 9 spades. So then it's 9 outs, 9 spades. I can't remember what the ratio is, but after the flop, it's like 9 times 2 plus 2. So 9 times 2, 18 plus 2, 20. 20% is your odds to hit. So that's much different than just
That's way
Blackjack.
because blackjack you're just going for 21. You're not
Yes.
factoring in at all the different factors of
correct.
spades, flushes, straights.
You don't have to. Yeah,
Different.
because blackjack, you got to
It
beat the
doesn't
dealer.
matter. Yeah.
So I
Poker,
think
you got to beat the
so. I
other
think
guy.
even if you are playing a lot of blackjack, which you've said you've played more than poker, that's not going to help
There's
your
not a lot
poker
of
skills.
poker tables around here.
There's 1, 2 rooms over.
For fake
Here.
money. For fake money.
Yes,
I mean,
fake
that's
money.
what. Hey, you want a poker table?
I do own a poker table.
Okay, I'll make you one.
Do I want one? Oh, I thought you said do you own one?
No,
Are you going to make me one?
He owns one.
So after Black Friday, you remember when we talked about it on the episode? Went to Home Depot, bought a miter saw. I bought a jigsaw. I bought a sander. I bought an air compressor.
You just want to make stuff.
Yeah, I'm on a big kick.
Want to make.
I'm a man of large motivation or large ideas and less motivation.
I mean, if you could give me a cost estimate for one, sure.
I'll let you know. Because I'm going to make one for myself, but you have the basement for it, so I'll make one for you as well.
Yeah, I don't know how much wood goes into a poker table. Maybe the legs, I guess. But yeah,
It depends.
I guess you could do wood and
I
then you put a
think the
pad
more
and then a
expensive
felt on top.
part would be like, the leather for the padding and
Yeah.
the felt.
You know what? You
and-
figure it out and you get back to me.
I'll let you know.
Perfect.
It's going to be a process.
Okay, cool. And maybe you make a couple before you make mine.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna work the kinks out before I start advertising them. And,
Figure out how to work them tools you just got.
oh yeah,
Big miter saw guy.
oh huge. Yeah, you know it's a dual bevel. It can slide out. It's not messing around.
I
It's
got a chop
serious
saw.
miter saw.
And you one upped me.
Hey, well it was on sale.
About 3 up to you with that. But
Yeah.
It's your chop saw dual bevel.
You'd have to explain to me what dual bevel meant before I was allowed to answer that.
Doesn't know what dual bevel is.
yeah, this guy works with cameras for a job.
Does it?
Can we blame him?
What's bevel mean? Come on, spit it out.
bevel?
Dual bevel. What does that mean?
So so a bevel, so it can go like this.
Yep.
Now dual bevel, it can go like this, and it can go like this,
Why would it need to go like this though?
just for fun.
It's just a cool feature they sell me
doing
on.
stuff.
Unless you are like an actual woodsman for a living, you don't need a dual bevel saw. But when you're Liam, you buy the dual bevel saw
Yeah.
just because you
can do it.
Sure.
Just because you can do it. And you know what?
That's-
Because the one I was gonna buy was like $260, and then the one that was like 7 steps ahead of it in every platform. Because I was gonna buy a chop saw that was like 10-inch blade. So okay, 10-inch blade, whatever. That's all I need. But then for $40 more, I get the 12-inch blade and dual bevel and sliding. It's no
Yeah.
brainer.
when
It
it's
is a
$40
no-brainer.
bucks. Yeah, when $40 is the
It's a
question.
no-brainer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
I
right.
mean, what do you
I've
do?
done worse for
'Cause you-
$40.
You didn't
Exactly.
elaborate.
I
Maybe
don't know.
not now.
I don't know the exact story.
You remember that one time when we were in
This
Minneapolis?
is a Patreon comment right here. I don't
That's
ever
a-
want to talk about that.
That's a Minneapolis story. Yeah.
But that is such a great. That
That
is
is an awesome story.
Oh, so great! I am so happy because
You're happy.
because you know how on the brink I was of taking that trip. I texted you guys. We were all in the same group chat, and I was like,
We were about to go
I don't
alone.
know if
you
I
had
should.
school or something.
I got this. I got tests coming up. It's like it's the end of the school year. I got this going on. And then I sat back and I thought about it for like another 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm 24. I'm 25 now. Back then I was 24.
So much has happened.
I've matured so much. I only get this time right now to do this thing with my friends.
And that was one of the best
And
weekends.
and that was and it was solidified as one of the best weekends ever.
It was.
because it was first of all, it was hilarious. It was fun.
Should we
didn't
let
miss
the
a
people
beat.
know what happened or no?
No.
Okay.
in
Please.
time. In time.
In
we
time.
can.
In due time.
when
Just
we get a
Google places-
Patreon, I will let you guys
Yeah.
spew that story.
Just Google downtown places in Minneapolis and you'll find it.
Yeah.
If you do enough digging. Okay, so do you guys know? Wow. Cat got my tongue. Is that the saying? Do you guys know, Liam, the rank of poker
Poker
hands?
hands.
What's the top one?
That's a royal flush.
Okay. What's the bottom one?
The very bottom.
Yep.
Pair.
No.
Really?
Really? Come on, it's simpler than that, and you don't even think it's a hand because you don't
Highest
think
card?
There you
Yeah,
go.
high card.
Okay. High
If
card.
no one has a pair, then
high
it
card.
goes to
Yeah.
high card.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but that's where it's like we always have to have the cheat sheet with us when we play poker at our buddy's house because it gets into a weird limbo of which one's higher between. Is it 3 or 4 of a kind?
It's always like
And then
between like,
something
yeah,
else.
Straights and flush, and then you have like a straight
A
flush,
4 of a kind.
and, yeah,
Yeah.
and then a 4 of a kind. I don't know where the 4 of a kind ever mixes in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could tell you what I have,
Four of kind is better than a boat. So I'll read it for you guys.
but
Unless
I don't-
there's
what
someone on
the, what the
TikTok.
hell is a boat?
A full
Yeah,
house.
That's the first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's
So
what-
a boat
that's-
full. I don't know why they call it a boat.
boat is what, a pair and a 3 of a kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
A pair and
Yeah.
then 3 of one, 2 of the other. So it goes a high card, a pair, two pair, three of a kind, straight, flush, full house, which can also be called a boat. Sometimes when I play, and I don't know who I heard this from, probably my dad, but if you have a really low boat, let's say you have 3s over 2s or something,
Right.
and someone else, they're like, oh, I have a boat. And then you say, oh, I have a boat too. And like, what do you got? And then you just say, mine's more of a canoe with a hole in it because it's just a really bad boat.
It's
It's like, it's not really a
your
boat.
dad is full of so much gambling wisdom and like just
Sayings,
Yeah,
intricacies.
yeah.
But yeah, canoe with a hole in it. I like that saying. 4 of a kind, straight flush, royal flush. That's the order. You guys ever had a royal flush before?
No.
Nope.
I've had one.
Well, not in poker, but I've had one.
After a large dinner the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens. You have one bowl of chili. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
The chili bowl.
chili dipper.
Yep.
Yep.
I can't believe you even said that.
No one else, nobody that doesn't know what it means is going to know what that
The only
means.
person that's going to know what
by
that
the-
means is
that's by
Kyler
the-
Stenberg.
Yeah, that's by the wayside there. But
Exactly.
for me,
But it was in perfect timing.
Yeah. We can't do all these inside jokes. People are going to get upset. Okay, so royal flush. I've had one. It was in my dad's garage. I actually beat my dad with it. There's a picture of it somewhere. But
just beat the shit out of
Yeah.
it with the deck of cards.
it's not as cool because I didn't have 2 of the Broadway cards in my hand. I just had like the ace of
See,
spades.
now you're getting into this.
What are the Broadway cards
Yeah.
now? What are you
Ace,
talking
king,
about?
queen, jack, 10. That's called like the Broadway
So the
straight.
higher ups.
Like the highest straight
You
can
need
get,
those
or the
cards
highest
for a
flush.
royal
cards.
flush.
Face cards.
Yes, but there was 4 of them on the board and only 1 in my hand. Where it feels better if you have 2 in your hand, 3 on the board.
Right. Okay.
Is that making sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, somebody's got to broth their pickle.
Get after it, Jim.
We'll keep going. Don't worry.
Types of poker.
I named a few of them earlier. 5-card draw.
4 cards.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay. 5-card draw. 7-card no peak.
Yep. A couple different names for it.
What are your other names that you got?
I think 7-card. Can you close the door, please, Liam? We don't want to hear your piss trickles on the show.
Or even just look at you.
7-card stud. I don't know if that's the same or different.
That's basically.
I think it is.
Have you played it?
You get 7
cards.
cards. I
Seven,
played. I
it's
played
7
it like
cards,
once
and
or
then
twice.
usually when I play it, it's like I just spread them out, 3 and 4 below it, and then somebody will flip up whatever, and they have a high card of an ace. They beat whatever's showing off the deck,
Yeah.
and then I'll have to flip till I beat them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's 7-card no peak.
Yeah.
So that's different than 7-card stud. I think stud is pretty much you get 7 cards, best poker hand wins. And I think same with like 5-card stud.
Oh, and you can go around and still bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like the way we played it, where like let's say I'm the guy sitting next to, or I don't know, dealer, and then it's me. So I'm first guy, right? And
First stack, yep.
Yep. He flips up and he's got an 8. I flip up a 3. I got to keep going until I beat an 8. You know what I mean?
Yep. So we do that at like the end of when we're playing Royal Rummy. So everyone gets 7 cards. The first card off the deck is like, let's say it's a 4, and then someone has to beat a 4. Then you get a pair. Someone has to beat a pair.
Right.
That's
and
7.
then,
Yep. That's 7-card no
If
peak.
I were to flip up 2 aces, then I'll bet like $2 or something on it.
Okay. Yeah. So there's no limit Texas Hold'em and limit Texas Hold'em, which we talked about. 5-card draw, 7-card draw, Omaha, which is 4 cards. 4 cards. And I can't
your
remember.
hand?
Yep. So you get dealt 4 cards, and then you have to play. I don't know. There's so many of them. I don't really know.
Is there
the rules
what
for all
do
of them.
you call it? It's a river, right?
There's the flop, there's the turn, and the river. That's the order of the
What
cards.
do you call all of it together?
Community cards, the
Okay.
board.
Okay,
Yep.
community cards.
Yep. So Omaha, you either have to play 1, 2, or 3, or you have to play. I just don't think you can play all 4. There's some games where it's like you have to play 2, you can only play 2. I don't know the rules for all of them. Omaha high low, which is like 2 boards. So there's a top board and a bottom board, and then you split the pot for who wins. Tahoe, which is you get dealt 3 cards, and you can use 0, 1, 2, or 3, which is kind of fun. I like that one. So that's like Texas Hold'em, except you get 1 more card, which adds an interesting
shit.
dynamic to it. Yep.
We got to try that next time we
can do that. Tahoe.
I think next time we have a poker night over here,
We'll do, like,
we
a
should
cash
do
game.
a dealer's choice type shit
Yes.
like that we used to do.
And we'll do a cash game. We'll do a cash game where it's you get. Sorry, I'm wondering if I got it. Crown. That's what that game called with only half the deck.
From your buddy Dan.
Yeah, it's called Crown. But yeah, next time we'll do like a cash game, like 25, 50 cent blinds or whatever. And then we'll play Tahoe with 3 cards. We'll play Omaha.
Right.
And then
switch
instead
it
of a
up.
tournament, like, hey, you get 30,000 chips, you just get $20 worth. So kind of like playing with quarters, like Liam was saying. 2 studs, 5-card stud, 7-card stud. My dad, when he used to be playing, he used to play games where there's a bunch of wild cards. So there's one, 2s, 4s, whores.
Yep.
One-eye jacks, the man with the axe.
That's when we play dealer's choice, whoever the dealer is can pick wilds too.
Yeah.
And
That's
they can
fun.
pick as many wilds as they want. They could say every card but a face card is wild.
There's a new game that we came up with, like actually just a couple weeks called 52 Wild. And you get 5 cards and you can draw up to 2 cards. So I get 5 cards, go around the table and say, okay, I want 1, 2, or I don't want to, I want to just keep my hand.
Dude.
And then the lowest cards in your hand are wilds. So if I have 3 4s in my hands, they're all wilds. But, if you throw away a low card and then you
How
pick
many
up a
did you
lower
say you
card.
get dealt?
5.
5. So if you have a king and a queen and then 3 4s,
Yeah.
you got 4 kings.
Yeah. You got 4 of a kind. Or, if you got king, queen of spades with 4 2s or with 3 2s, you got a royal flush.
Right.
So that one's fun. That's called 52 Wild, but it can get crazy because the hands are insane with all the wild cards. Guts and in between, those aren't really poker games, but guts is you have a poker hand, you hold it up like this, everyone holds their cards up. And then on 3, you go 3, 2, 1. And if you want to keep your hand, you hold on to it. If you don't like it, you just drop it. And then let's say there's 2 people that keep their cards, they flip their cards over, the winning card or the winning hand gets the pot. And the person that loses has to match whatever's in the pot for the next game.
Damn.
Yeah.
So they got to pay the blinds,
Pretty
so
much.
to speak.
Yep. And then if only one person holds their cards up, then they flip it over. They have to beat the dealer. The dealer flips over 3 cards. If they lose to the dealer, they have to match the pot, and then it goes in for the next turn. So let's say there's $10 in the pot. You lose, you match it. Now there's $20 in the pot. Next time, you got the guts to hold on to your cards because if you lose, you got to put $20 in the pot. That's why it's called guts.
I want to play the shit out of that game.
So we could play that. The next time we play, we'll have like a dealer's choice. We play games like there's in between, which is 2 cards are dealt on the table, and you don't even get dealt cards. You just have chips. So let's say I put a 2 here and a 7 here. You have to say in between. If you want to bet that the next card's going to be in between those 2 numbers, you bet it. If it's not, you have to put money in the pot. If you hit it, you take the money.
This is the kind of shit that's tickling my fancy right now.
Well, that's what I always feel so bad when I bet money against friends.
I want to take all your fuckers' money.
I don't want
if
to
there's
take money from my
anybody's money
friends.
I want to take, it's yours.
No, I want to take some stranger's money because I don't care if he doesn't eat tomorrow. I want you to be fed because I like you.
So I know you like me.
and
So if you take my money and I can't eat tomorrow, I know
I'm going to feed you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Because I do.
If you're playing.
But that's why I felt so, because you remember when we played pool a little while ago?
I had so much fun doing that.
It was a blast. It was
When we were both
exhilarating.
drunk,
Yeah,
and we're like,
we were
$100,
hammered.
best
100
2 out of
bucks.
3.
Yeah, $100, best 2 out of 3 pool game.
Well, there's your problem. Here's the thing. If you're playing cards with the money you need to eat.
You want to know what the problem is? Is that this man is leagues ahead of me at pool.
Oh, I'm not.
And
that
I still
great.
went, yeah. I brought it up. I said $100, like $100, best 2 out of 3. Let's do
Brittany,
it.
got to get some odds on that, like 60-40, If I win, you pay me 40. If you,
No, and here's why I was so happy is because he washed me the first game. And the second game, it came down to it.
Yeah.
And I hit the craziest, like triple bank shot to beat him in the second game. And I was just riding a high, and then I got washed again in the third game. And I didn't give a shit just because I was
That
still,
one shot,
That
yeah.
one shot.
That one shot, it was so tight.
But yeah, I mean, if you're gambling, here's our gambling advice for the show. Don't gamble with the money you need to eat.
We got to post that. We got to post that number on the screen, the gambling addiction hotline.
Yeah.
Gamblers Anonymous.
Furthermore,
Because I imagine
if you
a lot
think
of people
you might have a problem, and
Call
then just
here.
Photoshop it right here in between my hands.
But yeah,
Call me and I'll invite you to my poker game.
it's like that one
If you
guy.
love spending money,
Have you guys seen that Twitter account? He's like, the guy replied to him and said, "That's called an addiction, pal." He goes, "Buddy, I've been gambling for over 20 years and I've never got addicted once."
That's fair. That's
account is whole. I see that all over my feed. So fun.
All right.
You do. He's like, yeah, 95% of gamblers quit before they're about to win
The
big.
big win.
Yeah. I saw another one the other day I was going to tell you guys too, and I can't remember. In gambling, what is it? Oh, there's winners and there's quitters. And I was like, that's a good one.
My favorite one. I think I said it a few episodes ago. Where is it? You're due.
Yep.
Yeah, that is so.
Casino
funny to
owes
me.
you.
I tried to find that tweet and I couldn't find it anywhere.
That's going to be my mentality.
But now that we brought it up, Nathan, Get off your phone, idiot. Doing a podcast.
And get back on your phone.
What? So when you go and you do e-tabs, do you just have multiple $100 bills, and then you just feed them into the machines?
A briefcase.
Yeah, you walk in with a briefcase.
He's got
and
two
a suit.
$100 bills in the whole briefcase.
Opens it up.
Allow me.
$200.
Opens it up and it's $200.
He's got to scroll the code.
2 security guards behind him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He has it handcuffed to his wrist.
Yeah.
Like there's precious jewels in there.
There's a whole box of the balloons or whatever.
Fake chocolate gold foil pieces. You remember those?
Prussian francs.
Yeah.
So
What do you? What is that?
yeah, there's our question. What do you do?
Yeah. Do you just have a wallet full of hundreds?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
he's not backing down from
I like to
this
see if
flex.
my tenant's money will pay the rent for the next month too,
There you go.
Fair.
or if I got to step up and
Yeah, I got
pay
coffee
off the
change.
house.
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, scared money don't make money. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
So, do you guys
I
know
live
who?
by that.
You guys know who the Godfather of poker is?
The Godfather of poker,
That's
Hang
his
on.
nickname.
John Travolta.
Close. He's the Godfather of the movie Hairspray.
Oh,
Dressed as a girl.
And
Tron
Grease.
Travolta.
his brother,
Is John Travolta's lesser known brother?
Tron.
Travolta.
Tron Travolta.
Is it Kevin Bacon?
No, but we're 7 degrees away from hitting him. Good Lord. It's Doyle Brunson, if you guys are wondering.
Who? Action Bronson?
Disco Doyle.
No, it's not Disco Doyle.
What
Doyle,
did you say?
Doyle Brunson. He's 1,000 years old.
Who's that?
He's the Godfather of poker. He's crying over here.
What a nerd.
Got tears on the show.
Keep
Tears on the
reading.
show.
I'm fine.
Doyle.
He remains one of the biggest names in poker. He was playing some of the highest stakes cash games well into his 80s. He's an old school road gambler. 10 World Series of Poker titles, millions of dollars in winnings. Even was
10?
not 10 of the main event though. Most
You
someone's
said titles.
yeah. They're out of there's 101 games. Remember, 101
There's
different tournaments.
162 games in baseball. There's only one title.
I get that, but there's not like that's like
See,
winning a
that's
bunch-
what they're fucking doing wrong. Sorry, excuse my French. That's what
Easy.
they're doing wrong.
no.
Is they got to make it like a league like that. Like, yeah, like you win this tournament or whatever, but
Yeah, the main event. That's what it is. But there's 101
the main event is the World Series, so to speak.
of no limit Texas Hold'em.
Okay.
There's Omaha tournaments for
Peyton
$1,000 buy-in. Omaha. Okay. There's a $1,000 Tahoe tournament, whatever it is. I'm making this up, but you know what I mean? There's all these different tournaments. There's a $250 no limit. There's a $150 limit. What are you laughing at?
Let me ask you
Tron
something.
Travolta?
Speaking of John Travolta,
Wait,
have you ever seen the movie The Punisher? Let me ask you something. I gotta know.
No, I haven't.
I told you to watch it
I was
yesterday.
going to, but I decided to work yesterday.
Oh, I decided to work. It's a Saturday. Who
Yeah.
works on a Saturday?
You and me.
Yeah, I know I do. Yeah, it sucks.
and me technically.
Yeah,
so-
but I get breaded when I work on Saturdays.
That's fair. I don't.
You could have watched a movie. You could have watched a movie and worked at the same time.
Yeah, not really. It's difficult to do that. But yeah, let's get back into Doyle Brunson.
Anyway, enough about the Punisher.
Even once was the face of an online poker company. 2004, Brunson even became the oldest player to ever win a World Poker Tour title at age 71. 1976 and 1977, Brunson took down the biggest tournament of all, the $10,000 World Series of Poker main event. He won it back-to-back years. Amazingly, his back-to-back performances ended with the same winning hand. What do you think it is?
winning hit, the very last hand of the whole
His
tournament.
hand, yep.
An ace?
No, I'm gonna
King?
say
His 2 hole cards. That's what I'm looking for.
What do you mean 2 whole
Or
cards?
cards he has in his hand.
okay.
4?
I'm gonna say the dead man's hand.
No.
7.
They call it the Brunson. 10 deuce of spades.
Why do I feel like I've heard that before?
Because I
Thanks,
probably
pal.
said it while playing poker.
Brunson.
Yep.
Deuce 10. Doesn't matter what suit.
He had it in spades both years back to back. But you have any 10
But
deuce,
10
you got the
and
Brunson.
2 spades, both.
10 of spades and 2 of spades.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it 10 and 2?
Yes. Kind of where your hands are supposed to be when you're driving.
I was just gonna you stole that right out of my mouth.
Nobody does that.
No, yours actually supposed to be down here.
At the bottom?
I'm usually
Yeah,
like
'cause
over
then if-
here and then with a knee.
I
Because
meant
if you do this, it's actually a fallacy. Because if you drive like this and you get hit, your hands will punch you in the face. But if you go here, it won't. It's a true story.
If they
just
won't
don't
punch you in the
get
Like
face.
here,
they'll
if
punch
you
in the
if you have your
gut.
hands here, it's like 8 and 4, I want to say, and then it hits you in your chest. Whereas here, it's knock yourself out.
Yeah, it'll
No,
crush your heart.
I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, nobody ever does.
You were thinking about where your hands
It's,
should be.
it's left hand at noon and right hand.
I don't think
Wherever's
I ever
comfortable.
have
If
2
I'm
hands on the wheel.
yeah,
I go
never.
left hand like down here. My knees on the
I
edge.
Drive a
and then
lot
just-
with my knees.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends. If I'm on a long road trip, then I'll go elbow on the windowsill
Mhm.
and then left hand at like
You ever just do with your teeth?
10 o'clock.
Just biting the steering wheel.
Nope, can't do that.
Nathan's over there giving birth.
There it is.
Have you ever hugged the steering wheel like this? Sat
Yes.
with your arms like this, so
And
comfortable.
then you just you look forward. You're like, I'm gonna fall asleep.
You're just hanging out right here.
I've done that, but that's mainly when I'm tired. Talk about some poker lingo.
You
lingo?
got to be good at that.
I'm probably not gonna shine. In
I'll
this
let you.
category.
I'll let you.
I
I'll
want
let
you to kind of quiz us on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna
See
I'm
who
let you,
knows more about it.
I'm gonna let you guess some. Back door.
You can't start with
That's
that.
what we're starting with.
You never start with the back door. Even I know that.
Okay.
I mean, poker wise.
yes, obviously, it does not start with the
Back door. Is that
Back
like a high card, low card? Like,
No,
no?
Yeah, I don't know.
it is. It refers to needing to catch the last 2 cards to make your hand. So the turn and river have to hit.
Mm.
So the flop,
to make your hand.
and
Yeah.
the turn and river is back door. It's also known as runner. If you go
Oh.
runner for a straight.
I won a lot of money in the back door than this last time we had a poker night.
Yep. And he wasn't even playing poker.
Good for him.
Good grief.
I was wondering where you went for half
Congratulations.
the tournament. Barrel. What do you think the barrel is?
The barrel. I couldn't even
Lost me
try
again.
and connect
Yeah.
that to poker.
So barrel refers to making another bet after betting previously on the previous street. So that sounds very wordy, right? But if I bet on the
barreling
flop,
forward.
let's say the flop comes and I bet on it, that'd be your first barrel.
Right.
Turn comes, I bet again, that's your second barrel, right? Third one, the river, if you bet again, that's a third barrel. So that pretty much just means you keep firing at it.
I'm basically
3
Donkey
barrels.
Kong then.
Yeah,
I
so if people-
always
yeah.
rip the barrel.
If people bluff, it's like, oh, the 3-barrel bluff coming, they'll say, which means they win for it. All three opportunities they had to bet, they shot at it. A belly buster.
I'm not even sure if you're making these up or if
Yeah.
these are actually real.
These are real. You hear
Belly
these
buster.
a lot. Like if you were to go play
No,
in
I
the
don't.
Rough Rider Poker Tour in a tournament, you'll hear that. Belly buster is referred to as an
Lost me.
inside straight draw, also known as a gut shot. So if you have a 8-9 and a Jack Queen, you need the 10 to hit right in the middle. That's a belly buster or a gut shot straight draw.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
You gotta
now
hit
that-
the
now
middle,
that you
the gut,
explained
yeah.
it.
If you would have said gut shot, maybe that would have been
Most people know what a gut shot is. Open ended. Do you know what that is?
open ended.
Open ended means you have 8, 9, 10 Jack, and you can hit a queen or an 8, or
Right.
a queen or a 7. Either one gives you straight. So that's open ended. If you need the middle card, that's a gut shot.
Okay.
Chip in a chair.
Chip in a chair.
This is a scenario that happens.
Yeah. You need an ace for something.
Nope. Chip in a chair means, let's say me and you go all in. I'd take pretty much all your money, all your chips except one. And people say, well, I got a chip in a chair. I'm not out yet.
I love that.
Because you got one chip.
I suppose, yeah.
It's pretty much like, hey, I'm not out yet. So people say, oh, you got a chip in a chair. You can still win it. It's kind of like a pick me up. But usually the chip disappears quickly. Fish.
I've heard this before.
You know what a fish is?
I've heard this.
It's not necessarily a poker lingo, but it's used in poker.
I don't know.
Go ahead, Bio.
I
It's just
got
a weak player, a new player. Like if there's a fish, kind of like in prison, if someone's a fish, you know what I mean? If there's a new inmate.
Never been to prison. So
You should try it.
I'm good.
You'll learn a lot of poker lingo there. All they do is play cards and stab people.
Yeah, I'm
Over the
good.
card game, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Jam.
You mean like the difference between jelly and jam?
It's a verb.
Don't say
Nope.
it.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Not today. I used it.
Oh, say no more.
Good.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Jam. It's a
Uh,
verb. Something you do in the game. If I jam, what am I doing?
Are you?
I'd say you're forcing your hand. You're trying to jam it in there.
Yeah.
I'm going all in.
Yep.
Jamming.
Yep.
Just like a shove. Have you heard someone say I shove? Or he shoved.
Not really.
Shoved all his chips in the middle.
Okay.
A shove and a jam are the same
Yeah,
thing.
'cause-
All in. A rabbit hunt.
Mm-mm.
Any guesses, bro?
Is that trying to get somebody to, like calling somebody's bluff?
No. But it's basically if you bet and I don't want to call you and I fold, but I said, let me see the last two cards. That's called chasing the rabbit or hunting
Because
the
they don't
rabbit.
have to show you.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
like,
have to
no,
show 'em,
you gotta
yeah.
pay for that. If you want to see the last two cards, you
Yeah.
gotta call.
You have to let them know.
So a lot of people try to rabbit hunt just to see if they would have hit. But a lot of times you're not supposed to do that. A tank. If someone is to tank, what are they doing?
Are they
Just
folding
fold,
right off
yeah,
the rip?
That's what I'd say.
Nope. They're tanking. Like they're just thinking about it for a really long time. So if I sit there and him and haw about a decision, they're like, oh, he's tanking. He's just sitting there thinking about it.
Hmm.
Refers to the act of thinking about a decision at the table for an extended period of time. That's a definition.
Is there a time limit when you get to these
can
tournaments?
Call, some
Depends.
of them you can call time. Like a lot of times, if you just say time, can I get a time? And then the dealer say, okay, you got to make a decision. You got however long. A lot of bigger tournaments like the WSOP, they have chips. They're called time bank chips. That's actually what a tank is short for, a time bank. And you can throw a time bank chip and they'll give you another 30 seconds. And sometimes you get 3 time bank chips and it's like, okay, if I want to use them all for this one decision, I can. But yeah, people can call you on it. It can be like time.
I would just use them to bluff every time. Like
Yeah.
I already know what I want to do, but I'm gonna throw 3 of them in there.
Think about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
just
3
to
of
make,
them?
yeah, just to make you think like I really give a shit.
And that's why people tank. Either one, they got to make a hard call and they don't know whether to do it, or people tank when they know they have the nuts. Do you know what the nuts is?
They get,
The cojones.
They're calling a big bluff.
Nope, it's the best hand. The nuts is I have the best hand on the board. You can't beat me. So a lot of people say I have the nuts.
Dude, I'll do a
Flip-
tank with like a pair of 6s or some
Yeah.
dumb shit.
But a lot of times people have the nuts. Someone will raise them and they'll sit there and think about it and just kind of posture and act a little bit, and then they'll call. Well, they're tanking, but they know they have the nuts, so they're just kind of acting.
I like that.
Yeah. A hanger.
Hanger.
You guys seen the movie Rounders before?
Heard of it, never seen it.
So a hanger refers to when you're dealing from the bottom of the deck and you catch a hanger. So in the movie Rounders, they say, we caught ourselves a hanger, Sarge. And that pretty much means they caught him dealing from the bottom of the deck.
Is that
You're
frowned
not
upon?
supposed to do, or
That is cheating. You cannot deal from the bottom of the deck. So I have a deck of cards here to show you guys.
here we go.
Obviously, if you're going to deal cards, you deal like this, right?
Off the top, yeah.
The top
A lot of
of
times they'll do this. I can't even do it because I'm not a cheater, but they'll deal from the bottom. And then when you do it fast enough, it looks like they're dealing from the top, right? So a lot of times when they have or they're doing second card dealing, if you have a hanger, you go to push out the card. And when you do the second one, the top one goes with it. So that's called a hanger. It's like, oh, well, where'd that card come from? That's supposed to be the card you're dealing from. So that's a hanger. That's cheating. So a lot of people say, oh, we caught ourselves a hanger, Sarge, if they misdeal or something. Next one, mechanic. Do you know what that is?
The guy who fixes my truck.
Do you know what it is in relation to poker?
The guy who fixes my hand.
Yes. A cheater, a known cheater. Is a mechanic. Yep. And the reason they call it that is because there's a mechanic's grip. This grip right here is called the mechanic's grip for dealing. And this is how they teach dealers to hold it, like in Vegas and stuff. But if you see someone dealing like this, they say that could be a cheater. That's what they just say in the movie Rounders. It's because it's the easiest to deal from the bottom of the deck. They go like this and just rip it off the bottom. But yeah, it's called the mechanic's grip. Or the
So
mechanic.
what do you know? What happens if you go to a casino and you're sitting at a table and you catch a dealer dealing from the bottom like that?
I don't know if you'd catch it at a casino because those are people employed by the casino. But if you are, I'd go to the floor man, the boss, whatever, whoever it
But
is.
what if it's like some big setup?
Aren't they all in
You know what I mean?
cahoots?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What if it's like they're all like
mean, they're not
the
gonna
pit
do it.
boss is saying they're going, everybody deal from the bottom of the deck. We are taking money tonight. You know what I mean?
Well, it wouldn't work like that because the casino doesn't make money in poker rooms in Vegas. The only way they make money is tips from the players because all the players are just playing against each other. And then the casino, the dealer is just there to deal.
I guess
so.
in
It's
poker,
not like blackjack and other games where the casino has an edge. Poker, there's no edge for the casino. They just employ a dealer, and the only way they make money is by the players. If they win a $300 pot, they'll give the dealer $5,
right?
And then he'll just collect it. So there's no house advantage for poker in Vegas at those casinos.
There's got to be a lot of fist fights in poker then. Like outside of televised events.
Yeah, maybe.
Guaranteed. As soon as the
Suckers.
cameras come off, that guy grabs him by the neck and says, "You son of a-"
But yeah, I mean, that's why it's fun. It's because it's
I
game of
hope your
strategy.
kids get bird flu. Like
It's a weird thing to wish on someone. It's not necessarily a skill game. That's why, it takes like good players are good. In Phil Hellmuth, obviously there's some skill involved, but he always says if there was no luck in poker, I'd win every hand. That's his famous saying. But there is a little bit of luck. You can go run a runner and you can hit a hand.
Hey,
Yeah.
Pete
Feeling
Weber.
lucky? Lady luck.
it's Pete Weber right there.
Exactly.
The Pete Weber of poker.
So that's some poker lingo. There's obviously a shit ton more, but we're not going to go into any more of that. Some famous poker hands. Dead Man's Hand. We talked about that. They were playing.
Do you remember what it was, Liam?
nope. Nope. I'll tell you right now. I don't know. Then forgot it. Don't care.
2 black aces and 2 black 8s.
Oh, yeah.
They were playing 5-card draw or 5-card stud, and he had 2 pair, aces and 8s.
Yep.
Age 39, the
Black.
Old West legend died instantly with chips and cards scattering across the bloody table. Wild Bill held 2 black aces and 2 black 8s at the time of his demise, an excellent hand in 5-card stud. The Brunson, we talked about that one, 10 deuce of spades. The Dolly Parton, you want to know what that one is?
It's got to be double 8s or something.
No. You would think so. Like, are there any O cards or 0 cards?
Yeah.
No, it's 9 to 5. Her song 9 to 5, so 9-5.
Oh, it has nothing to do with her
Giant.
Correct.
her giant
career.
brain.
Her giant
Melons.
career. Yeah.
You know what they say? Did Dolly Parton sleep on her back?
Every time.
Yes, she did. The Johnny Chan Trap, Jack 9 of clubs. This is also from the movie Rounders. It's a famous scene. They show this video footage of the World Series of Poker. And Chan was heads up with Eric Seidel. I just saw a spider running around. Eric Seidel for the 88 main event title. 2 players saw a flop of Queen 8-10. You following, Liam? Queen 8-10.
Queen 8-10.
Yep, and he had Jack 9.
That was the flop.
Yep, and he had Jack
Oh.
9 in his hand. Giving the Orient Express, he's not following.
He's got it straight there.
Giving the Orient Express the nut straight, and Seidel top pair with Queen 7. Seidel checked. Chan bet only to be raised. Chan tanked. He's got the nuts and he tanked. That's what we talked about.
Of course.
We know all this stuff
all-
because we just learned.
And now we know. Yeah.
All while holding the nuts. He eventually simply called. Both players checked the 2 of spades on the turn. The announcer said Seidel cannot win this hand, and yet he doesn't know it. Chan is trying to sucker him in by taking his time. 6 of diamonds on the river. Seidel moved all in, making for an easy call by Chan. A snap call. Snap call. There's another piece
Snap
of lingo
call.
for you.
Yeah. Real
That
quick
means you
call.
just- quick call.
Boom.
There you go.
Right away.
And he took down his second straight main event.
No, that's what I would have done. No.
That's the best thing ever when you trap someone in poker and you disguise your hand so well that they have no idea. And then you flip it over and they're like,
You know, one thing I didn't learn till recently about when I was playing poker is like as much as I can bluff
Yep.
and like that I have good cards, you could bluff the shit out of your good cards into bad cards.
yeah.
And I didn't even think about doing that until like the last time we played poker.
Yeah.
And I took third.
Yeah.
I took third. So that was pretty sweet.
No, there's so many different strategies and so many different ways to play. Like one joke that's always made when I'm playing with my at my dad's house is that some people say ATC, any 2 cards. I'll play any 2 cards. I don't care what they are. I'll call with
I
them.
love that motto.
Any
I
2
came here
cards.
to play. I didn't came here to watch.
Yeah. And one guy was going to get ATC tattooed on his knuckles. So then when he's holding his cards like this, it just says ATC, any 2 cards. But yeah, a lot of people like to play low cards because if I bet a lot, you probably think I have high cards, right? Ace, queen, ace, king, aces, kings.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, if he's playing the high cards, I'll play my low cards, 6, 7 or whatever it might be. And then if I hit the board and there's no high cards on the board, then I have a better chance. So there's so many different strategies to play. That's why poker's awesome. It's so fun.
It is fun.
Any 2 cards, baby.
Any 2 cards.
That reminds
ATC.
me of softball.
That's like a life
last
motto.
summer.
You got to play the hand you're dealt. You know what I mean? Like we could get deep on this.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're here to play. And that's what I was down, whatever it was, like 3 foul balls or whatever it was. Like I was going to walk next hand. And the next one was 15 feet out of the strike zone.
I was going to walk next hand, this guy says in softball.
Yeah.
And whatever.
I try to follow this.
All right. Sorry. Anyway, next pitch, I was going to walk.
And you took
I took a big swing. Yeah. And they're like, what?
The pitch came and it landed. And as it landed, you went and barely swung your bat.
Yeah.
And you said, I came to play. I don't want to walk to first.
I'm here to hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I wanted to walk to first, I would wait until everyone left the diamond and then I would make my rounds. I'm good.
So Liam's living the any 2 cards motto on the softball field,
I think that's a good
Guaranteed.
motto for anybody to live just life in general.
except poker, because it's just a
don't
bad
walk.
way to play poker.
No, definitely gamble like that. You'll play with what you get.
Yeah, I guess.
Because what do they always
Play
say, Benny?
poker against me. If you're playing any
What-
2 cards, play
what-
poker against me.
What kind of money doesn't make money?
Scared money.
Okay.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, there is a reason for the rankings of poker hands.
Yep. But you're not going to.
Because the odds, if you play enough, the better hands are going to win.
What's more fun?
Winning money.
Yeah, love that. What's more fun, though, besides winning money?
Playing hands.
Not losing money.
This guy's onto it.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
You know, like,
I hear you. All right, let's get into some famous poker players. The Poker Brat, you know who that is? What a nickname to have.
Poker Brad.
your grandfather.
As Wesley Jansen would say, you just got to be a badass to get a nickname.
Yeah.
The Poker Brat.
It's true.
Dan
Hel-
Bilzerian.
Nope, Phil Hellmuth. He's the one that said, if there's no luck in poker, I'd win every hand. He is known to have some huge blow-ups while playing poker. He freaks out on people. Why would you play that hand? And his voice is so just like snobby and loud. But Daniel Negreanu, my favorite. He talks the whole time he's playing poker. He'll try to get reads on people like, oh, you got this. He'll guess people's hands all the time. He tries to make jokes. Doesn't take it that serious at all, but he's really good. Phil Ivey.
Lost
He-
me.
He's known for
Phil Swift.
angle shooting. You know what that is? He's been kicked. You know the Borgata, Atlantic City.
No, is that a cheese?
No, in Atlantic
Sharp?
City. Atlantic City, there's a casino called the Borgata,
Okay.
and he has been banned from that casino because he was angle shooting. Angle shooting is when you're looking at the edge of a card, and there's slight imperfections on cards, and you can kind of see like on the edge it's cut funny.
Mhm.
And if you memorize the cuts on it and the patterns of the card, you can tell what card is under there. Like this one right now has a dent in the top of it. And I can remember the 5 of diamonds has a dent in the top of it. So next time I see it and there's a dent here,
Why is that illegal?
it's
Get
not.
some
not.
cards, but he's been banned for it.
It's not, but he took
I'd file a lawsuit.
they tried to sue him and he won millions of dollars off.
I was going to say, if I was him,
Fuck yeah.
I would try to sue them for them suing me.
But there was some things where he's like, he was requesting certain cards. He was wanting to play with certain dealers. So there was a lot that was going on into it.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Recycle your cards, dipshit.
Doyle Brunson,
Don't they usually play 3 decks anyway? I mean, depending on where you are.
poker. I don't know
It
what game
depends
he's
on
playing.
where
He
you
was playing like Baccarat or something like that. They have an automatic shuffler. Yeah. Usually use 2. But, 2, you can still know. The blue cards are out. I know to look for the 5 diamonds or whatever it is. Doyle Brunson, Godfather Poker, Stu Unger. There's a movie called High Roller. The Stu Unger story pretty much goes for his teen life into being this world-renowned gambler, and then he gets in trouble with the mob. I haven't actually seen it, but my dad just gave me the disc, and I'm going to watch it.
Are you going to watch it? You going to set aside some time to watch that movie?
Probably. Not
Yeah.
The Punisher.
I didn't think so.
I'll get into The Punisher, all right? I
you?
actually was going to. I thought about it. If
Well,
we look into my
Gladiator.
search history,
At least you thought about it.
The Punisher's in there.
Gladiator with Russell Crowe.
Not going to watch
Gladiator.
that.
So, not going to watch that?
I've
One
seen
of the
it.
more okay.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm not going to watch it again.
I thought you were going to never watch it.
No. A couple poker movies, Molly's Game, Rounders, the Stu Unger story we talked about.
21.
21, it's Blackjack.
But still, it's a great gambling movie.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we got for poker. Tried to keep it pretty layman's terms, but I don't know how well of a job I did as Liam was. Stuff was flying over your head a little bit. That's all right, though.
There's a lot you threw at me there.
There's a lot flying over my head, but
Yeah. Sometimes you just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
yeah.
But that's episode 21, poker. We had a lot of technical difficulties. I feel like we've been recording this for 5 fucking hours.
Same.
But thank you guys for watching episode 21 of Three Dudes Podcast. Check out the merch. Any other plugs from you guys?
Go ahead and follow us on TikTok. We just recently hit 2,000 followers.
2,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And speaking of the merch, if you want a little bite at the merch for free, leave a review, leave a comment.
Yeah, we'll do some giveaways.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is, since Liam kept that pretty vague, what we need to do for the free merch drawing giveaway, you need to go on Apple or Spotify and leave an actual
Rating and review
where we can see you saying so-and-so left 5 stars, a little blip on the podcast, then you'll be entered. Don't leave a comment. A comment on YouTube's not going to get you entered into this. So you have to go to Apple or Spotify and do this. So clarified Liam's stuff a little bit other than that.
Also,
go ahead. Sorry.
Just to go back into the merch contest, the design contest.
Yes, design contest. Let's talk about that next week's episode.
Okay.
So we can hammer out some more details on that. Does that work?
Okay.
Cool. All right. Thank you guys for watching episode 21 of 3 Dudes. We'll see you guys next week.